Hey. Okay. So the specifications that you were all supposed to follow was 10 inches by fall at 72 DPI. Oh, there was one more thing I think I forgot. And the borders were to be black. And then we have a black half-inch border on 3 sides and then a 2-inch border on the bottom. Correct? Okay. So where's my Photoshop screen? Here it is. 1 second. Let me open up a file. All right, can you all see the image? Give me a head nod.
Yeah.
Cool. 1 second. Let me stretch this little screen out so I can see you all. Okay. So here's an image. So I'm going to be working with this set of images today. They look a little strange, and the reason is I had done this demo with my UCI class where we took photo paper and loaded them into large format cameras and shot them. So they're called paper negatives. So instead of using negatives in, you know, like a negative that you would roll into a camera, or if you use large format, it's a sheet film. But instead of using negatives, we used RC black and white paper, loaded it into the camera, created a negative, and then we scanned the negative, and then it actually looks, when it comes out of the camera, it looks like this. And then we convert it in Photoshop to this. Okay. So, so I've loaded your actions in here. We'll see that the file size is pretty big. It's a 72.5 megabyte file, about 19.5 inches by fall by 300 DPI. So according to the specs, after I run your actions, it should have a black border all the way around it with a 2-inch border on the bottom, and then it should be 10 inches by fall at 72 DPI. Okay, pop quiz. If it's 10 inches by fall, and I run this action with a 1/2-inch border all the way around, right? How, on this image in particular, how wide is my image going to be?
7 inches.
7?
Mm-hmm.
No. If it's 10 inches by fall, so how wide would the image be?
Is the image going to be 10 inches or the final result's going to be 10 inches?
So the image size is 10 inches.
Would it be 13 because you're adding?
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think it would be 11 because of the 1/2 inch on each side. It should be width-wise, it should be 11 inches.
It's actually 13. If it's it's an inch and a half.
Oh, got it.
Got it. Okay. But yeah, you're on the right track, Amanda. Okay, so I'm gonna run everybody's actions over this, and then we'll check and see if you got it right. Okay. So Victor, you're up first. Are you ready? All right. Already, I see an issue. What's the issue?
Black.
What?
It's white, not black.
Exactly. Okay, 13 inches wide. Yeah, we're good right there, right? So that's good, except for the black border, but that's good. Okay, good job. All right, so here we go. Erica, you're up. Oh, same, white border.
I thought we were doing the stroke black. That's what I got confused.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna mark you guys down for the wrong color border, but just so you all know, you know how to change it. Does everybody know how to change it to black?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Who's up next? Amanda. Here we go. Nice. 13, yeah, great. Looks good. Black border, cool.
My resolution, it said 300.
Oh, man. That's all right. All right, Tiha, here we go. Oh, white border. But 13 inches, that's good.
Okay.
Okay. Ivy, here we go. Oh, white border. Make sure you read the directions carefully. I always throw a curveball in there. Yeah, looks right. Aside from the border. Okay. Here we go, Howard. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, so most of you got it. Did I miss anybody? Irene, oh, Irene, you're at the top. I missed you? Dang, I just skipped over you. Okay, here we go. Oh, almost. Something went wrong. Maybe it's your border. Maybe did you do a 1/2 inch border? Let's see.
I might have on accident.
Yeah, it looks like a 1/2 inch border. So 1.5 inches, but that's okay. All right. So there we have it. Did you all have any questions when dealing with this?
Was this sent in through darn it through Canvas?
Yeah. Here, 1 second.
So because it's sent through Canvas, I guess to the traditional students, I didn't see it, so I apologize.
You know, but
I know we discussed it, you know, as right when you brought it up in the beginning, I said, oh, geez. But yeah, I only did what I saw on Canvas.
Howard and you are both in the same group, and Howard, you could see it.
Yeah.
You saw it, Howard?
Yes, I got it.
And Joel, you actually submitted, instead of the actions there, I think you submitted your photo.
I submitted the photo, yeah.
Where it says, so it should be 4.3 class assignment actions.
Oh, so that was, okay. So
Yeah.
it was listed under from last week, it was, okay.
Okay.
I gotcha, all right.
Okay, well, and I did get an email about your Canvas access or something. So why don't you if at the end, if you have time, if you could stick around and we'll go over what you
okay, sounds good.
To make sure that that you're not that you get all the information.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so can anybody tell me, sorry, we're going to revisit this one more time today with the actions. You all did pretty well. A couple of you got a spot on, but there was no like glaring things wrong from what I noticed. But can anybody tell me, are we still recording? Yes. Can anybody tell me like what would happen? Okay, if I have a series of images, okay, and I want to make them all say 16 by 20, okay, and I want to print them all out, and I create an action like we did where you made it 10 inches by fall. Can anybody tell me what problem we might run into if we run an action over all of our images?
Some photo, issue with the landscape style and some picture is a portrait style. So yeah, I might have a problem with this.
That's great. Yeah. So if we just make it 20 inches wide by fall,
Yeah.
well, then it's going to actually take the vertical images and make the shorter side
Yeah.
20 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vertical sides are going to become much larger than we had anticipated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the actions start to break down. Okay, if you just create one action and just run it over. You know, I shot a event before the quarantine, and you know, in these event photos, they're all horizontal images that, you know, it's like very rare that you shoot an event and you need to turn your camera vertically, right?
Yeah.
And this event was like a performance with like a stage and all this performance artists. So it really was appropriate for me to keep it horizontal so that we get the entire stage the whole time. So, but in that instance, if I wanted to deliver the files with a small border, just creating a single action and running it over would be fine, right? But now we got to sort of think about what happens when we have a vertical and a horizontal set of images. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Let me share my screen first. All right. So you all see the image again, right? The paper negative. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open another one. Okay. So I have my two paper negative files. One's horizontal and one's vertical. Okay. What you can do is insert what's called a conditional action. Okay. And I'll show you what that means right now. So I'm going to collapse Irene and I'm going to collapse Howard's and I'm going to create a whole new set again. Okay. And this time I'm going to name it photo 24 continued. Okay. There we go. Now within photo 24 continued, I'm going to create a set of actions for a vertical image. Okay. So I'll create an action. I'll just call it vert. And I'm gonna do what I said, my spec. So I'm gonna flatten my image. Okay. I'm gonna make it 20 inches by fall. So not the width, but the height is gonna be 20 inches. I'm just gonna drop the resolution down so that I'm not using too much computer RAM. And I'm gonna hit OK. And there's my image. And let's just go ahead and add a half-inch border. White. Okay, there it is. Ran my action. Created my action. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Now I'm gonna revert this just so we can see, and then I'm gonna come over here to horizontal. Okay. I'm gonna create a new action right here for horizontal images. I'll just name it horizontal. Record, and I'm gonna run through the same steps, right? So we're gonna flatten the image first, right? We're gonna go image size. Now are we gonna make it 20 inches wide or 20 inches tall? Wide, yeah. By 150, oh. Inches wide by 150 dpi. There we go. Next, I'm gonna add that half-inch border. And there it is, right? I'm gonna stop that. Now, just assuming that this is the set of action, you know, I'm running this set of actions to get these files ready to print, okay? So, let's see, how big is this? This is 20, so 20 Um, let's go further. Let's say we're gonna print this on sheet paper, and we have 20 by 24 sheets. I think that's the biggest sheet paper that you can buy on inkjet. Now I'm gonna come back over here to this one. I'm gonna run this action so that it gets me to this point. Okay. I'm gonna highlight the last manipulation within there, and I'm gonna start recording again because I'm gonna add a stroke like we talked about. So I unlock the background, come over here to edit, stroke, 1 pixel, black, center, normal, 100%, right? Hit OK. I'm gonna reflatten the image, and I'm gonna canvas this on a 20 by 24 now. So canvas size. Now I'm gonna change the relative, right? Because it's easier because I know how big it's gonna need to be. So the width is gonna be 20 and the height is gonna be 24. Okay, hit OK. And now that's ready to print. You all see that? Okay, now, I'm gonna revert this again, just for that's sake, to start over. And then I'm gonna come back here to the horizontal. Actually, let's revert this one as well. It's horizontal. Let's run this action so that we're in the right place. There we go. I'm gonna highlight the canvas size, and I'm gonna start recording again. Okay, let me add that stroke. Unlock the background layer. Come up here to edit, stroke. Settings are correct. Hit OK. Added the stroke. Come back over here to flatten image. Now, I'm gonna canvas size this. So this time it's gonna be 24 wide by 20, correct? Now, the last step I'm gonna take on this one is, you know, if you guys remember, you had your printer and you would load a paper in, right? Or some of you haven't done sheet paper printing, but you load a sheet paper into any printer. Does it go in horizontally or does it go in vertically? The sheet of paper.
Vertically.
It goes in vertically, exactly. And the big thing for myself is when I'm setting things up for print or anything like that, I like to know exactly how this is going to come out. If I sent this to print and I told it to turn it in the print dialog box, it's fine, no big deal. But for me, just to be positive and be sure that I know how this print is going to come out, I like to turn my file vertically, even if it's a horizontal image, when I'm printing, right? So I'm gonna come over here to image rotation. I'm just gonna rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. And there, it's done, okay? That make sense, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm gonna stop my action. Okay, I'm gonna revert this. And there we go. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna insert this thing called the conditional action. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a whole new action, okay? And I'm gonna title it print ready, okay? I'm gonna hit record. Now, I don't really have to do much other than come up here to this button. And if you see that, you'll see insert conditional. You all see that up here?
Mm-hmm.
When I click insert conditional, it's gonna bring this dialog box up. Now there's all these different options for if current document is landscape, is square, is RGB mode, CMYK, all these different sort of situations, let's say, exist under if current. Luckily, we're just going to use this first one. If document is landscape, then play action vertical or horizontal. Anybody?
Horizontal.
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Or else play, what do you think?
Vertical.
Vertical. Perfect. Okay. I hit OK, and you'll see under print ready, we have this if button. Okay, that's inserting a conditional action. Now I'm going to stop it. Okay, I don't want it to record anymore. Now I'm going to come back over here. 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and open the rest of my paper negatives. Okay, here are the paper negatives. Okay, so I have 1 horizontal and 3 verticals, right? I'm going to come up here to File, Automate, Batch, and under Photo 24, Continued, right? I have my different actions that I created, either vertical, horizontal, or print ready. If I hit print ready and I tell it to automate this action over all these open files, in theory, they should all be sized exactly 20 by 24, and they should all be turned vertically. But the horizontal one will be the same size, or will be the correct size, and not extra big. Does that make sense to everybody? So let's see if I did it right. Okay, there's that one. That one looks about right. Oh, there's that one. That one looks about right, huh? Looks good. Looks good. Does that make sense to everybody? So that conditional action, it you know, it gets used more than you would think, but it does sometimes get a little bit confusing because you do have to make sure that you create a new action to insert the conditional action. Inserting the conditional action into horizontal, this horizontal set of actions will cause an error. Okay, so just know that you usually have to create a whole new action in order to run the conditional action. Okay, does that make sense? Do you all want to? Do you guys want to give that a shot while we're sitting here? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop this. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you all give that a shot while I'm right here with you, and hold on real quick. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, start trying to create a conditional action. If you want, some specs, I can give you some specs if that's easier than trying to think of some off the top of your head. Why don't you do 14 inches by fall by 150 DPI with a 1/2 inch border, any color, I don't care. And then size it on a 16 by 20. How's that sound? Good. Okay, I'll write all that out right now real quick, and then you guys can just get working. Don't take off though. I have more to talk with you all about. So yeah, if you have questions, unmute yourself and ask.
I have a question now about the assignment though. Will classes always start at 10 now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I put that in the revised syllabus.
Oh, okay. I must have been looking at the old one that says 9 still.
And it was the revised. Oh, you were looking at the old one. Yeah, yeah.
Because on the home page it says 9, so I thought it was still 9.
Huh. Did home page. Oh yeah, I can't change that. That's just what
Oh, okay.
the you know the Canvas generated thing is. But if you go to syllabus, let me make sure. Or did maybe I put it as an announcement?
You talked about it, but I wasn't like sure if it was like a one-time thing. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the paperwork. I just wanted to make sure
Okay.
it's
Well,
still
yeah.
10.
It's always going to be 10 from now on. I figure nobody wants people in their house at 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's fine. Okay.
Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome. So we said 14 by fall. At 1:50.
Is the stroke 1 pixel?
Yep.
Okay.
You can make it bigger. I've seen other people in the past make it like really thick, but the reality is you're cutting on the inside of it. If you were to be cutting the image, you'd be cutting on the inside. So I don't see the point in making like a thick stroke, but in theory, yeah, you can make it bigger.
Okay.
But you're still going to be using the very edge of your line. So
if it's hard for you to see, make it thicker.
maybe, but even then, your ruler covers the rest of the stroke.
Okay.
Who's got theirs done? Anybody?
Do we need to convert to profile or no?
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not. I mean, that's a good question. No, don't worry about it. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for just a second. I'll bring it back if you need. um, yeah, if anybody finishes, can you go ahead and save that action and load? I just created a new discussion page. You don't have to, but if you could load your action into that discussion page, and then I'll run it over with the class, and we'll see how you did. If any brave soul wants to do that. You'd have to export the entire, well, obviously, but the whole folder with the vertical and the horizontal and the conditional. Which also means you can't do it under the default actions. I don't know if you saw that. Did anybody do it under the default actions? Or did everybody create a new set? I'm proud. Good job. It's gonna be a real part of boring part of the recording, huh?
I believe you can stop the recording and then record it again once we're ready to roll.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
All right, it stopped. Oh wait, no, that was screen share. Sorry. Oh, wait. I see. Pause. Okay. Okay, so I've loaded Tiha's actions into my Photoshop. So let's see if it runs it. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tiha, here it is. So all I need to do is run this one, right? So I'm going to come up here, automate, batch, print ready, Tiha, open files. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed, buddy. Okay. So 16 by 20. And the image was 11 by 14. If it's 11 by 14, and how big is the border?
It's a 14 by 4. I did. The image.
Something went wrong somewhere, because this is
Yeah.
bigger than 14 inches. Because if this is, you all see my ruler? If this is 20 inches, that's definitely not 14 inches. Okay?
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
oh, thumbs up with that one. Good try. Go back to the drawing board, buddy.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I mean, yeah, this is 27 by 35.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
Okay.
I posted mine.
Okay, let me reopen my images here. And who did Victor?
Yes.
Okay. Did you add that flat? Did you have flattening or no?
Yes, I did flatten.
Okay, so the flatten manipulation is within the actions.
Yes.
So I don't need to flatten these.
I believe so.
Okay. All right, let's see. Let me. Oops. Man, I've been waiting to get a new monitor, man. I'm working on my laptop, and it's just not enough space. Back. Conditional action. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh, I got it in here twice. So file, automate, batch. Where's the conditional action?
It's in the file.
No.
Oh, it didn't overwrite it.
Sometimes you accidentally could record the conditional action into default actions or something. So take a look and see if you need to drag it down into here.
No, I saved it, but I didn't overwrite doing the conditional part.
Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, see if you can figure it out. That sigh, man.
Sorry. I was trying to remember, how do we save our actions?
So you'll come up here, and save actions.
Okay, I did it this time.
Okay, you feel good?
Yes,
All right, let's see.
I did it on my reply.
You replied to yourself?
Yes.
Okay. See it? Let's try it out. You all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. File, automate, batch. Come over here to Victor's, print ready, open files. Okay. This is looking right. Looking good. Looking good. The only thing I will say, Victor, is rotate your horizontal one, that last step.
Oh, okay.
You know, because and that's just more like my thing. It's not like you did it wrong by any means, but I like I said, like I like to know exactly what when I'm looking at my image in Photoshop, how it's gonna come out of the printer.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, you did it perfectly. Good
Okay.
job. Very good. Thank you.
I uploaded mine.
Cool. Did you add flattening or no?
Yes.
So I only see your if in here.
That's the only one saved.
Yeah, you might need to put your horizontal and your vertical, but let's see. Let's just see. It might give us an error though. I don't even see yours in here. There we go. Huh.
There it is. Yeah, conditional.
Weird. Okay, cool. Let's see. Nope.
Mm.
You might have, yeah, you probably have to do something. Yeah, because it's saying like if the document is horizontal, you play this action or else play this action, but those actions don't exist in here. So it's going to give you an error. So I know you created those actions, but you probably created them elsewhere. So see if you can just drag them into your folder.
Okay.
Into your Amanda conditional folder. Oh, wait. What in the world is going on here? Oh, so I see 3 different folders.
So what's that red?
Toggle state of the command is in action is not undoable. Okay, do me a favor. Did you create it under this exact same folder
Yes.
that you did for the other assignment?
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably why. Do me a favor, rename that folder. Or actually here, I'm gonna delete this. Let's try it again. Maybe it'll do it if. Yeah, something's up with that.
Okay.
To toggle the state of all the commands in this action set is undoable. Okay, well, let's see.
Now try it.
Let's see now.
Photo 24, spring 2020. Huh, that's weird.
It is weird. Yeah, just try dragging your vertical, horizontal, and your conditional action into a new folder and title it something different.
Okay.
And then let's see if it'll work there. Anybody else ready? Can you guys hear my heater? Okay.
No.
I can hear it now that you notice it. I can hear like a slight, tiny bit of static.
Oh, really? I wonder if that's actually, I don't think that's that. I think what you're hearing is like my laptop running the fan.
It could be that.
Yeah. If it sounds like static, it's probably that.
Okay, I added mine.
Yeah, I just did mine.
I redid mine too.
Irene. Okay, let's start with you, Irene. Okay. File, automate, batch. Print. Nice. So Irene, just real quick, it looks like the border that you added is this gray color. Did you mean to do that?
No.
So what happens is when you do canvas size, it might be on either gray or foreground color or background color or something like that. It's not going to, just make sure that it says white.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, otherwise it looks good. You rotated it, looks good. It looks like you did an okay job on this border and this border, but this border came out gray for some reason, which is bizarre, but let's see. Vertical.
Would it have, because the other ones are white, right?
Yeah, the other
Oh,
one.
but that's the vertical. The other ones are horizontal?
No, this is vertical and it came out white. White. I don't actually have a good answer for that. But yeah, just so you know, sorry. Here, let's see. Okay, so if I go vertical and run it, set background there. It's got to be happening somewhere in here. Oh, maybe canvas size, one inch, center. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I would just do it to this image. That's bizarre. Sometimes I just don't have the answers. That's one of them. Okay, well, good job. They look right. So, who's up next? Ivy. Let me make sure that, yeah, we already have this photo 24. So I'm gonna delete this. Automate batch, open files. This photo 24, Ivy, print ready, open files. Let's see. It must be my computer. Why is it doing it on my computer? Let's try this again. Ivy, it looks right. You did a good job. And Irene, it might be my fault. Oh, Ivy. Ivy, did you add a flattening?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. That is so weird. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the one that I made. Oops, not flatten. Not ready. Let's see if it does it on mine too. Weird. Oops. I don't know why it's doing that. So both Ivy and Irene, it did that, but I don't have a good answer. Mine didn't do that. Okay, well let's move on, and then we'll see how everybody else. Maybe some there's been a breakdown in communication on my end somewhere. Amanda, you said you read it. Oh yeah, there it is.
Mine has pink borders, so don't freak out if you see pink.
No, I would never read that.
Okay.
I feel like these images could use a pink border.
Okay, perfect.
Here we go. Automate batch.
Should be actions, yeah. Still?
Still. Was canceled for stop while batching continuing. Let's see.
So weird.
Okay, so play action, Amanda, horizontal. Side. Okay, well, let's try this. Vertical. Huh. It made the border gray for some reason. No, pink. And then your horizontal.
Do you need to flatten your images before you do that? Because
Not if you added a flattened image, but let's try it. If you added a flattened image, then it shouldn't, but actually let me close all these. No? Something's up. Is it working on your computer?
Yeah, it's working fine.
Weird. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. That's weird because your other actions worked fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you on a computer right now?
Yes.
You could share your screen. Would you be comfortable doing that?
Sure, hang on, just. So I'm using my phone for Zoom, and I have you hooked up to my TV as a second monitor, and I'm using Photoshop on my laptop.
Okay. No, don't worry about it then.
Okay.
It's no big deal. Okay. I don't really have the answer to that, but if it's working on your computer, then you're good. You know, it's very rare that you have to send a set of actions back and forth
Okay.
to somebody.
Okay.
Do you guys get what I'm saying? We're just sending these actions back and forth so that we can see it as a group. This is the equivalent of me walking around looking at your computer while we're in the classroom. Okay. Does anybody else have theirs loaded, or are you all ready to move on to the next thing? Is there any pressing questions? Okay, well, regardless, it's recorded. You can go back and revisit it, and if you have more questions, okay? Who is iPad?
That's me, Kiara.
Kiara. Aren't you in my photo 10 class?
Yeah.
This is photo 24. It's a different class.
Okay.
You have photo 10 on Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's Friday.
Okay.
Okay. Will you be in class tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so let's talk tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye. Poor thing, thought it was Saturday, man. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, if you guys have more questions on actions, that's the last time we're gonna sort of deal with it. But it's always good to know those things. All right, so moving on, only a couple of you sent me your homework. Did you know that? The landscape homework, did everybody remember that? Let me see here.
I forgot about it. I remembered at like 3 in the morning, something like that.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, definitely get it to me so you get the points. Actually, hold on. Let me close everything. Okay, can you all see? Okay. So, whose is this, Tiha?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So these are your landscape examples, huh? So there's an urban landscape. Yeah, that's great. The experimental landscape. That's cool. It looks like the leaves look like Raisin Bran or something, huh? That's cool. All right, the conceptual landscape. So this is like a illustration, a photo illustration.
Yeah.
Cool. A seascape, beautiful. And a scenic landscape. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Tiha. Whose is this?
Joel's.
Joel. Okay. Joel, I like what you're doing here, man. Very cool. And how did you guys find these images? You use Google?
Yes.
Is this LA?
That's LA, yeah.
Wow, must have been a clear day.
Yeah, once in a while we get those, right?
Yeah, probably as soon as it stops raining, we'll have it for a little bit. Nice. Cool. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Ooh, whose is this? Anybody? Oh, Howard? Okay. Great. So is this the seascape? You're muted. You're still muted.
Conceptual.
Okay, conceptual. Cool. Okay. Oh, seascape. And this is experimental?
No, I'm sorry. This one is conceptual, and previous one is experimental.
Okay, this is experimental. Okay. Okay, I see where you're going with that. That's great. That's great. Thank you. Okay, that's everybody, right? Nobody else sent me.
No, I submitted one
Posted
yesterday.
mine on the assignment.
And I submitted
Mine
mine
as well.
too.
Oh, when? Because I downloaded
Last
it
night.
today. Weird.
I posted
Okay,
it
let's-
yesterday.
I posted mine yesterday too.
Landscape examples. Oh, now all of a sudden there's 6 submissions. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right, whose is this?
It's mine.
Is that Ivy?
Yes.
Great. Is this your conceptual and this is your experimental?
Yes.
Okay. Cool images. Well, we saw this. Oh, Fuji-san.
It's Amanda's. That's mine.
Cool. And this one is your experimental?
Yes.
Did you do this or somebody else did?
No. No, someone did it online. I really like that idea though.
Yeah, great. Another clear day in LA, huh? Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's a seascape.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
And this is your conceptual one?
Yes.
Okay. Like it? I like it.
Oh, cool.
Whose is this?
That's mine.
It's yours. Nice. Okay. So what did you do here? You did this?
No, that's actually Francisco Gala or Gallo, I think.
But I mean, you put it in a circle or he did?
Oh yeah, no, I put it in a circle.
Okay. So is this, what is this one? Your conceptual?
Yeah, conceptual. I kind of like the one on the corner, the one with the motel. That's like the same series in the series, so kind of has that urban conceptual type deal. I don't know.
Dig it. Seascape?
That's on the upper right hand corner.
Okay. Cool. This is your cityscape?
Yeah.
Or urban landscape? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is scenic.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Do you do graphic design?
No, I just kind of wanted to put it together nicely. I'm kind of like OCD with that.
Yeah, you should consider graphic design. That's all about being OCD.
Thank you.
Good job. I like this palette too. It's nice.
Yeah, it kind of like has the same colors going around.
Yep.
Thank you.
Whose is this?
That one's mine.
Irene. Okay. Which one is this?
That one's a scenic.
Okay, great, great. Okay. Is this conceptual?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Experimental, cool. Oh, you found an image that has 4 pixels in it.
I was trying to look for a bigger size, but that one was the best one that I could find.
No problem, no problem. We get the idea. All right, good job. Yeah, I like what you're looking at. Whose is this?
That's mine.
Victor?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, man. You guys like LA? Hometown? Great. Nice.
I've actually been to that waterfall.
Oh yeah, where is it?
Washington. It's a dam. It's a power plant.
This looks like the hotel from The Shining.
There is a hotel there, but I don't think it is that one.
No, but I think actually The Shining Hotel is in Washington or Oregon.
Oh.
It's in Colorado.
Colorado? Mm.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool. Is this the experimental and this is the conceptual?
The top one is conceptual and the bottom one is experimental.
Okay.
That one's experimental also.
Yeah.
I believe that's an infrared.
Infrared, yeah. Very cool. Okay, here we go. Another. Oh. Okay. Moving on. Is that everybody? Did I miss anybody? Okay. So, okay. Well, thank you for doing that. I'm just gonna do something. I don't normally do this often, but I figure because times are weird that I would show you all some of my work. Mainly like a series that I did in the Inland Empire about the landscape in the Inland Empire. Yeah, I thought it would be interesting to show you all of this stuff. Can you see it? All right, so for this work, I used a large format camera, and it just went around different places in the Inland Empire, kind of focusing in on the landscape and what, you know, how I feel about it, or areas that I've seen, and like keeping important things within the frame to like add some like contextual value, like this McDonald's sign in front of this cement factory, right? And then it's kind of hard to tell, but because I shot it with a large format camera and I was able to shoot it with like a lot of depth of field, there's a high degree of detail in these photographs. And so when I actually made the high resolution scans, I was able to output them on inkjet printers really large, and they held up really nicely. this one was all about the color for me, and then the sort of the index, right? The marker that's telling you exactly where this photo was taken. I thought was interesting. Okay. From a freeway overpass. This strange cul-de-sac with this giant sign jutting out from behind these houses in this tract home neighborhood. Citrus fields are obviously like a big part of the history in some areas of the Inland Empire. I actually shot, this is not a large format photograph, it's a 35 millimeter photograph, but for myself, I found it interesting that the landscape, the horizon line continued on through the back of this truck. Don't shoot while you're in traffic, people. It's not really a landscape, but I always thought this was such a funny photograph. It's like a sad lifted truck, right? It's been defeated. That's the last one. And actually, I think I have a couple new ones but in there. But yeah, to me, this, you know, the beige track home abyss was interesting to me. Okay, that's it. So, but that just a series of stuff that I did that I thought would be interesting to share in this discussion about landscape. So for your next assignment, and we're gonna end it off here. What is this? More. Oh yeah, you're welcome. For your next assignment, what I want to do is, let's just open one of these. Okay, Tihas. I want you to sort of go back and think about landscape, right? Now, normally this assignment, if we weren't in quarantine, would be to go out and shoot a landscape. But since we can't, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to go out. I want you to do, it's going to be another sort of composite piece, or as composited as you want it to be. But I want you to create an experimental landscape, but within your home. Meaning you can, you know, sort of ask yourself, like, can a body be a landscape, right? Can you create a landscape in your living room or your garage? You know, in the assignment that I posted, like, can you find a landscape in your bowl of cereal, right? So really give it some thought and try to be really creative with it. And this is more of a collage piece than a proper, like, sort of, I don't want you to try to composite something that looks as seamless as Tiha's scenic landscape, right? That would be really, really difficult, you know. But if you took construction paper and cut out horizons out of the construction paper and photographed it and then composited it, and it would still look like construction paper, but you've created a landscape that way, I'm fine with that. And additionally, you could, because it's a collage assignment, you could find found images from the internet and start cutting pieces out and collaging it together. Okay? Yeah. So really, I wanted you all to, like, look at these different examples of landscape so you got your ideas going. But really, we're going to focus on the conceptual and experimental side of things as far as the landscape goes. Okay, have fun with this. It should be fun. but I'm only requiring that at least in your landscape that there be one of your photos that you took. You know?
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanna cut up images, all different kinds of images, you know, I can come up with like 100 different ideas. Like, you know, somebody try to figure out a way to create a landscape with the junk mail that they get or something, you know, like just really think about it. And then what does it mean to take junk mail or stuff that we just toss away in the trash, or assuming that you do. But what, you know, what does that mean if you repurpose that into a landscape, into a digital landscape? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing so I can see all your faces. Okay. Any questions? It's due in 2 weeks. Okay. And I want you to do the same thing. You don't even have to. So I turned off the submission part of the assignment pages now. So literally from this point on, because the discussion posts seem to work out well, I think, I want you to submit. I'm going to view your photo through the discussion post. So you don't need to submit it anymore the same way they used to submit through assignment. Okay. As long as you post it to the discussion board, I can see it from there and I'll go from there. Okay? And think about your landscape, and we'll talk again about it next week and see how everybody's progress is going. But think about your landscape and think about what it is that you're trying to say. You know, you should give it some thought. Sometimes, depending on how you like to work, like some people, you know, I have like sculptor and painter friends that that like to just gather their materials first and start making, and then see, and then kind of conceptualize what they made afterwards. So that's a valid approach too. You don't necessarily have to have a pre thought out idea of what it is that you're trying to communicate, but it does help sometimes if you're stuck.
Yeah.
You know, think of like some of the questions I asked, like, can a body be a landscape? Can a bowl of cereal be a landscape? Is there a landscape in your ceiling? Is there a landscape out your window? Is your window frame itself, is that sort of a landscape? Right? Just really kind of give it a lot of thought and try to be clever and have fun with it. Do something fun that you would yourself want to see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
So is it can be a kind of a experimental landscape or conceptual landscape type, or I can do whatever I want with the.
It has to be experimental or conceptual.
Okay, sure.
It has to be. Yeah, I don't want to see any pictures of Big Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not to say you can't, you know, if you're gonna go to Big Bear and you're gonna shoot a landscape, fine, great. But you know, take that landscape, and you all saw examples of experimental landscapes, right? Yeah. You all know how to composite a person into a photo, right? You know how to remove stuff out of photos. You know what happens if you remove the sky out of landscape and you put something else there?
Yeah.
Or something like that, right? There's it's so open that it's actually hard.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
That's the difficult part. It's sometimes it's much easier when there's a lot of parameters, a box that you're supposed to stay in. But when you open it up, you're like, oh God, here we go. Where do I go? Where do I start? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So just, you know, I would start by just asking yourself these questions, like, what is a landscape? Right? What makes something a landscape? Does a landscape mean that there's no people in it? You know, could a landscape be nothing but people?
Yeah.
All right. Be creative. I believe in all of you. You know, I would say start working on this now, so that by next week, if you're stuck anywhere or have any questions, we can definitely discuss. But we're going to be moving on next week to a different assignment, but you still have stuff to do. This will still be due in 2 weeks.
So are we turning in one image that's composited?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, I am going to ask, I will probably go to the discussion post during that critique or during that class, because I'll want to talk about it with everybody and just kind of see what your thought process was. So be prepared to talk about it a little bit. You don't have to have your camera on if you don't want, but just be prepared to talk about it a little bit. Okay? I believe in all of you. And by the way, all your composites, I'm really proud of those. I'm probably gonna make all the photo. We have like a faculty meeting, Zoom meeting today, and my discussions experiment I feel like went pretty well. So I'm gonna show your photos off to the faculty today.
Is there a way that that Joel and Howard could see them?
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Do you guys mind if I show Joel and Howard? Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know how to like incorporate you guys into the, because we have different Canvas pages for the vocational students.
Can you try to add them?
Try, I guess.
Add them to the Canvas? I've done that before as an interpreter.
Huh, okay. Yeah, I'll look into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Joel and okay, who's this? Is Irene's? There's your sketch. Really good job. Skip over the responses. Tihas put his homie in a jar. I like that. I like your background too. I like this. I like the palette. Here we go. Ivy. Ivy, this is really good. Are you still here with us? Ivy, is this your kid?
Yes.
Your kid knows how to play chess?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
He's learning it for like 2 years.
Really? Is he good?
Better than me.
How old is he?
7.
Wow.
What? That's impressive.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Amanda's sketch.
I really like yours, Amanda. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe I can. Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks.
That's cool. Landscape created inside the house. Not bad, huh? Hey. Picnic with yourself. I like it.
I literally did that like an hour or two before, so that's why my selections were crappy.
Don't rat yourself out, dude.
I would have never guessed that you did that an hour or two before. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is good too, man. Here's the sketch. You guys did a great job. This is Eduardo's. Nice. What is this composite? These plants?
I'm not sure either.
We'll have to talk to Eduardo. Okay. Yeah, there they are. And then here is like that. I feel like you can create a landscape on this there somehow. And then sketch. Not bad. And then Joel, you had yours somewhere?
I submitted. I'm not.
I think I know what you did. I think you submitted it to the assignments. I think you submitted it somewhere else. Oh, to actions. I think you submitted it to this actions. Let's see.
I'm glad you know how to use this canvas.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, there it is. It's been my my whole life.
That's very cool, Joel. I like it.
Thank you.
It's like it's the progression happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Good job. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. I was worried about how the remote teaching would go, but it seems like you all are really stepping up. So great job, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for putting in the effort. Yeah, keep it up. Any questions? All right. All right, go be free. Work on your experimental landscape. I believe in all of you. I'll be around until 2:25. If you need anything, email me and we can get back on Zoom. Yeah?
Okay, and you want to chat for a sec?
Oh, yes, stick around.
I can stay and help you add them onto the canvas too.
Okay, yeah, cool. That would be great. Thank you. The rest of you, get out of here.
Well, geez.
I mean,
Bye, everybody.
Have a great one. I miss you all already.